What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Gamer 330. What? Back at it with another video, and if you couldn't tell by the costume, I am Zidroka. Because today is Halloween, and you know what that is. I decided to dress up for this video because it is the Spooky Mama month. So I just decided to do that. But with that being said, before I get into the actual monthly chuck itself, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment. And now let's get into the Spooky monthly check. And I'm just saying also that there's a lot of horror movies on here. And this is by far my largest list I've had for my monthly check yet. 37. And then I have a large monthly overhaul too. So, yeah, we're going to be here for a minute, guys. But let's just get right into it. For 37th place for my monthly check of the Halloween, starting off with The Seed of Chucky. For the monthly check, I watched all Chucky, all Child's Play movies, all Friday the 13th movies, except for 3, except for 3 that weren't on the playback channel. Critters, some Halloween movies, Candyman 1, so on and so forth. You'll see. But, before I ended up going to watching Seed of Chucky, I watched all the previous Child's Play movies, of course, and I enjoyed them a lot. In this film, I just thought kind of went overboard with the humor, and I just didn't like this movie a whole lot. It does a totally different storyline that I am not a big fan of. Like how they get the actual actress, Jennifer Tilly, and stuff, and who's the voice of Tiffany, and putting her into a story, and it's just a bunch of weird directions and stuff, and it's not really a horror movie. I mean, there's some, good kills, but, it didn't feel like a horror movie. It felt like more of a comedic movie, which I hate that for my horror movies. And it gave the weird, character, I forgot what her name was, but their daughter, their daughter/son, which I know they're probably trying to support that community and all that stuff, but I just thought this movie was really, really weird, and yeah, it wasn't very good. 36th place, I have Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, I was not expecting any big things from, because I heard, about what the story was, and basically what it's about is, it's about Jason, of course, coming back to life after Jason Lives, the Part 6, and they add some, they already had some supernatural elements, but they bring this one chick in there that actually has supernatural powers to face Jason, and it's just, I don't like the character. I just didn't like how they did that with this and stuff, but, yeah, and also I don't like the characters much. I think the doctor's a total jerk, and he kind of deserves to die later in the movie. Well, you guys probably already knew that. Sorry, spoiler alert, but, yeah. I don't like this movie. 35th place, I have Critters 3. Critters 3, I just put down because, I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan of this movie. I wasn't really paying attention during most of it, and it, just wasn't very good. I mean, it is definitely the worst out of the Critters movies, but I could rewatch it again because I really wasn't paying attention during it, and it has a little appearance from Leonardo DiCaprio when he is a young kid, fun fact. And, yeah, there's that. And it's also forgettable. That's why I had this low on the list. So, yeah. 34th place is the most recent Critters movie Critters Attack. I was actually kind of excited for Critters Attack because it has like 40-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is actually pretty decent, if I do say so myself. And it just felt like a straight-to-TV movie, which I think it was a straight-to-TV movie, but it kind of... The first 3 movies I can understand if you say they're trying to copy Gremlins, but I also can understand how it's a little bit different. This movie kind of copies Gremlins with how they bring a good critter in the movie, which is weird. And this one's R for some reason, which is really odd to me. And there's like no bad things here whatsoever, and the gore isn't even that bad, and yeah, it's just not very good. 33rd place, I would say this, from 33 to all the other ones, I would say are either decent, not like the worst at all, or amazing. So yeah. 33rd place, I have Friday the 13th Part 3. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading something. Friday the 13th Part 3, as I was saying. Friday the 13th Part 3, my problem with this is, I think the cast of characters are very likable, and I also kind of like all the kills, and this is the first movie where Jason dons his iconic hockey mask. But I gotta itch my makeup. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a little bit sweaty in here. And for Friday the 13th Part 3 as well, I have just one major flaw with the film. It's not really like a big deal, but I think it was kind of very repetitive how people just kept on going to the barn, even though, like, come on, like, just switch your setting. You're in a Friday the 13th movie. So that's my issue with the film, but besides that, I think I really enjoyed this one. 32nd place is Critters 2. Critters 4. Sorry, Critters 4. This one has Brad Dourif in it, so the voice of Chucky, as a kind of father figure to one of the main characters. And I just like the space aesthetic. I mean, it's not the greatest movie of all time kind of aesthetic, but I just kind of enjoyed the space factor and also all the characters and stuff, and I don't know. It's not the greatest, and it's not A+ acting or anything, so yeah. 31st place, I have the first Critters. Yes, I think I put the Critters movie pretty low here, and I just kind of like a little bit, well, you guys will probably look back at the beginning of this video and go like, hey, you said the exact opposite earlier. I like Critters, right? But I kind of want a little bit of humor in them because I think they're a little bit humorous. So this one kind of keeps a dark tone for the whole entire movie, which is okay for the first film, but I definitely like the main kid character in the family, and also the alien characters and that one character, I forgot what his name was. But besides that, it's pretty forgettable. But the monsters are quite funny though. And then 30th place, I have Critters 2, the main course, and I actually do like Critters 2 the most out of this franchise. I don't know, it's just something about it. I think I enjoyed how they brought the main character from the first one into a little bit older, so that kind of helped the film, I think, and all the All the kills are pretty good, and I thought the comedy here with the one character where he thinks he's a bounty hunter was actually pretty funny, and I thought that was a great thing they added in to add for a little humor. And also kind of, yeah, I just thought this film was okay. It's not the best, not the worst, but yeah. Sorry if I'm kind of having trouble explaining things and not taking my time on them. It's just I'm a little bit tired, so, and I want to post this out on Halloween, so that's why I'm doing this. 29th place is Brightburn. The horror movie that basically has Superman as the horror killer. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera here, guys. And I thought this kind of delivered on its premise with Superman. Well, it's not actually Superman, but how it delivered its premise on a kind of a knockoff Superman, not really, but somebody with Superman's powers crashing onto Earth and stuff. And I thought it was really, really good. There's some good kills in here, and the main kid actor, whoever plays the kid, does a great job and is definitely creepy at some points. And I also like the parents in this film, and then it's it's definitely an interesting experience for a horror movie. So yeah. 28th place, I have Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. I knew where this movie was kind of going. I knew it wasn't Jason from the beginning. Spoiler alert, but yeah. So Part 5, I just think that it's watchable, but I think there's some questionable decisions they decided to make. And the kills are great too, but I just don't like how they randomly out of nowhere bring this one character into it that basically just wants to take on the Jason moniker and start killing people because something horrible happened to him. I'm not gonna say what, but yeah, that's just, and you don't even pay attention to him in like the first few moments in the movie. So yeah, it's also, what other things? It gave an interesting plot in here with basically Tommy going through the stress of Part 4, the final chapter, where he went, where he's stressed out with what happened with Jason and stuff. And I thought that was kind of good, but they kind of dropped it in the next part, which I'm totally fine with because Part 6 I really did enjoy, but we'll get to that later. 27th place, another Friday the 13th movie, and that is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which, it's dumb fun, and also why I have it this low is because the movie's called Jason Takes Manhattan, so you expect the whole movie to be in Manhattan, right? But, like, the first hour and 15 minutes, it's just them on a boat. And then the last minutes of the film, they fight in Manhattan, which just makes no sense. But it is enjoyable. But I just don't know why they didn't decide to do it in Manhattan the whole entire time. For example, like they promised. 26th place is Werewolf by Night. I know you guys might not consider this a movie, but this is my list. And you can let me know your list down below. And I thought this was a really, really good short film from Marvel and for the Halloween month. Werewolf by Night follows the comic book by the same name, and it has a lot of interesting experiences, and I thought it going to gray, black, and white was kind of smart to get that old horror movie aesthetic to this film, the short film. And also, I think the main actor that they cast as the werewolf was a good choice, and they have some surprise cameos in here. Not big ones, but some good cameos, and there's a lot of gore in here, which I'm really happy about. So Marvel's kind of going with and Marvel Cinematic Universe going with a little bit more darker tone, which I kind of like, and I hope they bring back the Werewolf by Night for Moon Knight Season 2, or whatever they do, because I think he would fit in that universe quite well. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix my costume. I'm look cool, you know? 25th place, I have Child's Play 2. I don't hate this movie. Don't get me wrong. There might be someone that loves this movie. I just, I love the Toy Factory act where Chucky and Andy are basically facing each other and stuff. I do love that act where they're fighting in the Toy Factory and stuff. And that is probably the best moment of this film. The rest of the film is kind of generic. I kind of enjoy all Chucky's trying to make people mad, make Andy look like he did some certain stuff. I kind of enjoyed that part of it, and yeah, it was decent. I didn't hate it. I had some moments with it, so it's not my least favorite. It's definitely better than Seed of Chucky, way better. 24th place, I have The School for Good and Evil. For those who do not know what this movie is, it is a straight-to-Netflix movie that stars, I forgot what the actress's name, sorry guys, but she's an Andy Mack. Yeah, she kind of has the, I forgot what hairdo it is, but yeah. Kind of like this, but all curly and stuff. And I thought this was just a cute movie. It's definitely not one of the best family films, but not meaning it's dark or anything. It's just not as good as some other ones. And it kind of felt as if it was a straight to Disney Channel movie, which is not a bad sign, not a good sign, really. And even though it was straight to Netflix movie, it feels definitely it was from Disney Channel, but it was good though. And I love the relationship between the friends. I think that's really nice. 23rd place, I have Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. A whole lot of people give this movie flack because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, but I don't hate it because of that. I think they definitely got something here, and I think it's interesting how they make that thing where basically 54 days till Halloween, 54 days till Halloween, wherever basically if they watch the program, they explode, which with animals and stuff, which I thought was pretty good. So, and I definitely think it gives its own spin in the horror genre. So that's really good. 22nd place, I have The Cult of Chucky. This one I didn't know. It was a follow-up to the straight to DVD or something like that, Curse of Chucky movie, and it keeps the same characters from the first one, and I actually enjoy the first part. I think I enjoy the wheelchair person more than Andy, which might be a hot take from the Child's Play fans, but I just really liked her character and thought she was likable. And there's some good kills in this, and I love the hospital aesthetic to this movie. It gives it more of a creepier vibe. It also, what's it do? It brings Andy Barclay back for a short role, which is okay, but I feel he should have been used more. And I kind of enjoy how Chucky was making more of himself and making it a little bit more creepier. So, yeah, there's that. Good one. 21st place, I have What Dreams May Come True. If you have not heard of this film, I definitely recommend it. I don't know what it's on, but as Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. Robin Williams is a man who lost his all of his children 4 years ago. Then he suddenly gets hit by a car and dies and goes to heaven, basically. And it's about him living life in heaven, and then one day finding out that his wife committed suicide and is going to hell. And it's about him trying to bring her back from there and keep her alive. It's a really intense movie, and you want it definitely to end well. And I think this is not a Robin Williams movie that a whole lot of people talk about or know about for that reason, and I definitely think you should check it out. 20th place, I have Child's Play 3. Child's Play 3, I enjoy the military aesthetic to it, where it brings Andy to there with new friends and stuff, and the theme park act was pretty cool. I don't think it was as good as the Toy Factory act, but why I'm putting this above Child's Play 2 is because I enjoy the character development more, and I also enjoy all the kills and stuff, and I think it gives more character... Wait, did I already say it gives more character development? I don't know. But I definitely think it does a better job of that, and I enjoy how it gives you kind of a little tour of the place, so yeah. There's that, and with that being said, 19th place, Bride of Chucky. And I know you guys, I said earlier that I'm not big on comedy in my horror movies. This is the only exception to that. I really enjoyed the humor to this. It's not the funniest, but I like how they added what's her name? Tiffany to this. And she's quite dangerous as Chucky. Almost as dangerous as Chucky, and there's some genuine funny moments in this, and also this does not do too much humor like Seed of Chucky does, and I think it has a better story going forward and stuff. But yeah, it's better than I was expecting it to be. 18th place, I have Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. This is the last Halloween movie I watched. So Halloween 4, I have one flaw with it. It's not really a big deal. I just don't enjoy how they killed off Laurie Strode, and I don't enjoy the daughter as much. She's okay. How do I say this? I enjoy her character, but I don't enjoy her as much as Laurie. So, but it was definitely intense with the Michael Myers scenes, and we don't get much Michael Myers kills in here, which is saying a lot, which is kind of a letdown, but it's fine. 17th place, I have Candyman. I'm not gonna say it any more times. I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, it was a good movie, don't get me wrong, but I was kind of let down because a whole lot of people were, like, freaked out by this movie from, like, a lot of adults on YouTube that I see, or a lot of adults that I know. They say that they were terrified of this movie when growing up, and there's not really much kills in this. I mean, it is quite frightening, you saying that name about a lot of times, and then that you hear the myth, the legend, and people not believing you and stuff. And I think the guy that plays him does an amazing, a great job. And he, I think he came back for some of the sequels, and he kind of sympathizes Candyman a little bit with his backstory, and you kind of root for him a little bit. But and I also enjoy the main girl character protagonist that is trying to find out if he did this or not. And it's kind of, this is an interesting take on it. I think it's kind of similar to Silence of the Lambs a little bit. Just the way that she's trying to find out if he's real or not. I don't know. Just give me Silence of the Lambs vibes. 16th place, I have The End of the Spear. Probably another movie you guys might not know. This is actually based on a true story. It is based on Jim Elliot, I think that's what his name is. His expeditions trying to I forgot what their name was, but trying to basically explore this one tribe, and he ends up dying, and it's about what happens afterward and how they kind of hook up and his wife forgives him. Probably you guys have heard the story many times, but they make it out of a movie, and I just really enjoyed this movie. This was the score is amazing, like it's top tier. And the acting is superb, and also the characters you actually care for and stuff. So it's really, really good. And you understand, and it kind of helps you understand how to forgive some people sometimes. 15th place, I have the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I had never seen it before. That might be a major shock to some people, but I never saw that one. I saw the SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water one, but I never saw this one. And it has it's a SpongeBob SquarePants movie, so yeah, you know it's gonna have some goofy stuff in it. It has David Hasselhoff being a what's the word? A boat that can transform himself into a boat and just randomly gives people rides sometimes. It's definitely goofy and quirky, and it's still memeable, and it's definitely a good one. 14th place, I have First Man, the Neil Armstrong movie with Ryan Gosling playing Neil Armstrong, and it is by the same director who did La La Land. And I'm a big fan of La La Land, and this La La Land. And I thought this wasn't as good as La La Land, and I think it's interesting how the director always tells stories for his movies about people pursuing greatness, and this movie is about how Neil Armstrong technically pursued greatness, and it also follows many of the tragic steps he had to take towards greatness to coming on the to going to the top of the moon. And it was really good what's the word, understudy or something like that. It was really, really good. I don't think it's as my favorite understudy, but it was really good. 13th place, the movie before the Cult of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, which I enjoyed a lot more, and I think it is definitely one of the scariest out of the Child's Play movies, if I had to say so myself. And I think the family is very likable, except for two characters. You get some pretty good kills, and you get a female protagonist who you're rooting for. And she's not like an OP final girl, but she's just a final girl you root for. And also, I enjoy the myth of the Chucky doll, how she ends up exploring and seeing if it's real or not. 12th place, Logan. Logan, the Wolverine movie about the old man Logan, comic book made by that was the last Hugh Jackman Wolverine appearance ever. Well, until Deadpool 3, of course. And I thought it was really, really good. It definitely tears on the heartstrings a little bit, and it portrays the old man Logan story well, and it's interesting how they follow how Logan's has had adamantium poisoning, and how they bring Professor X back and bring this new character in, X-23, aka Laura, and it was just really really, really cool how they did that. And X-23 is actually pretty cool. So, yeah. Well, I technically already said that, but whatever. 11th place. Life is like a box of chocolates. I know, that impersonation sucks. It is Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, I finally watched this month with Tom Hanks, which won six, or anyways, I don't know. Several Academy Awards. The score is great. It's kind of a history movie, in a sense, how it goes through all different moments of time and stuff with Forrest, who's a very enjoyable main protagonist, and it gives many iconic lines to this day. And it's an emotional movie, with the stuff that Forrest kind of goes through to basically raise his son, Forrest. So it's I wouldn't say it's rewatchable. I don't know. It might be. I don't know, but I'd have to see in the future. But I don't know if I'm gonna watch it anytime soon. But it was definitely a great movie, and you understand why it got a lot of Oscars. I would probably rewatch that over Schindler's List. I'll probably do that. 10th place, Black Adam. If you guys have not seen yet, I have done a spoiler review and a spoiler-free review of Black Adam. They're on a playlist of my movie reviews. And I had a lot of fun with Black Adam. The critics are giving it flack and stuff, which who cares about what the critics say. Most of the people really enjoyed this movie. Ace, my buddy Ace, aka Skadooey, that's his YouTube channel, said this was his favorite DC movie, which is an interesting pick. I enjoyed all the members of the JSA, and I enjoyed The Rock as Black Adam. I also enjoyed the twist that you find out later. I mean, it was kind of obvious, but I do enjoy the twist. And I also do enjoy the fight choreography and fight scenes. The things that I dislike about the film is the villain. I think he's very forgettable. And I also think that the kid in this movie kind of comes off as a little bit annoying at times. But no discredit to the actor. It's like learning point and stuff. He'll eventually get better. So, wait, what? Sorry, guys. I think I misplaced a movie on my list. Wait, did I? Yeah, I misplaced a movie on my list. I'll just have to find out myself. But that's Black Adam review shortly for you. Wait, what? Yeah, I, wrote Curse of Chucky 2 times. That's something you should do. 9th place, I have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. This is my third favorite Friday the 13th movie. I just really enjoyed it, and I'm happy that they brought Jason back, and I think that I'm glad that they brought Tommy Jarvis back a little bit, and I think they gave the best performance of Tommy Jarvis in this movie, and I also enjoy how he's trying to take Jason down, and there's good kills, there's great character development, I think, and it's really, really good, and it's a whole lot of people's favorites, so, yeah, bravo to that. 8th place, Ticket to Paradise. If you have not seen the trailers for this yet, it is a kind of romantic comedy movie about George Clooney and what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence, I think. both are divorced divorced wife and husband, basically, and they hear that their daughter gets married, and they're basically trying to split them up, and it's a very cute and funny movie. That's pretty much all I have to say. Most rom-coms are like that. 7th place, I have Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. Part 4, I think, by far has the best cast of characters that are really likable. It has, I forgot what his name was, but the guy that's Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future, he's in this, in one of the characters. And they have twins in the movie. They have this guy who's kind of the friend of Marty McFly's dad. And Tommy Jarvis first debuts in this movie with Corey Feldman playing him, which Corey Feldman's a great kid actor, and maybe he can do more movies in the future. I don't know. And his family is also likable, so... yeah, I really enjoyed it. 6th place, this might be controversial, but it's my list, so you can let me know your list down below and not be mad at me. 6th place, Halloween. So for me, hear me out. Chuck, put your knife away. Larry, put your knife away. I see both of you right now. Put them both away. You hear? You hear? Okay. Anyways, Halloween. I understand that it's a cult classic for a lot of people. And it had for me, I did think it was a cult classic, but there's a big but. I think the movie took a long time to get started. Not a long time to get started, but a long time to get kind of intense, if you will. I think it took a long time to do that. But pretty much everything else I enjoy about this movie. Dr. Loomis, the relationship between Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis, and Laurie Strode is another one of the best final girls in horror history. What else can I say? I don't know. 5th place, I have the classic Steven Spielberg horror movie, Poltergeist. With that, I watched for the first... Screw me, I just burped. For the first time Friday, maybe? I don't know. In it, with most horror movies, it has a set of characters you root for. It involves basically this one girl getting sucked into the afterlife, and people have to save her, basically, and find a way to get her out. And there's a scene in here where this lady actually swims in water with a bunch of dead corpses, actual dead corpses in real life, which is insane. And yeah, the acting is on par. 4th place, I have Child's Play, the original. I think, personally, that Chucky and Jason are my 2 favorite killers. This was just, I didn't expect it to really be that scary. It has scary moments, but it's not that scary, but it does. I already said it does have scary moments. I have to think about this one. Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky is iconic, and I hope he plays Chucky forever. And he made an iconic character. He's not as iconic as Jason, Michael, or Freddy, but he's definitely really, really iconic. And he had a bunch of he has a bunch of real funny one-liners that started with this. And Andy, I think, is at the best in this film, in this, out of all the Child's Play movies. It's just, you feel so bad for the kid that you don't want to get him in trouble and stuff, and are rooting for him. And uh, the the battle at the house was actually pretty cool. I enjoy how you have to kill Chucky by stabbing him in the heart. So yeah. Third place, I have Friday the 13th 2009 reboot. I know a whole lot of people, some people dislike this, but I had a lot of fun. I think this is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. It has Danielle Panabaker in it. I think I pronounced that right. Let me know in the comments. But she's the actor that plays Caitlin in Killer Frost in the Flash TV show. And also brings Chad Michael Murray. I think that's what the actor's name is. And it also brought that one football jock from the first Transformers movie in here. And I understand why people hated it, but I just had a blast with this, and I was so excited to check it out too, because it's a remake, and Jason's finally the killer in the movie, which I think it has the best Jason. The way he moves, the way he looks, and the way his kills are in this, and I also enjoy how he goes through the tunnels of Camp Crystal Lake, even though I don't understand how he could fit through there. So yeah, there's that. Second place, I have Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat was a movie I've been wanting to see for a while now, and oh my gosh, it was worth it. It was one of the best horror movies I've ever seen, hands down. If you're wondering what it's like, it's kind of similar to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and Goosebumps. It's kind of like that, but you don't actually read the book, or there's a book with these stories in them. They just happen on Halloween night, and they focus on different viewpoints of each Halloween moment in there. You got a principal who hates kids. You got a Scrooge of Halloween. You got a bunch of friends going to check out a random place, and I don't want to spoil the film, so I'm just gonna stop right there. And Sam is definitely an underrated killer out of all the horror movies, I feel. And I think he's kind of cute a little bit, even though he's kind of a psychopath and killing people left or right. But I think he's underappreciated. And this movie is underappreciated. If you have not seen it, watch it. First place for me, though, is Halloween 2. The original, not the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I never got around to watching them. Probably I don't know if I'd do it anyways. Halloween 2, I understand why people can be mad at it for basically Laurie finally seeing Michael in the last 30 minutes. But I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. I just really liked this movie. I enjoyed the hospital factor to this, and I also enjoyed all the kills and stuff, and how Michael was on the loose, and he was making it looked like he was hurt in a bunch of these scenes here. So that is why it's coming in number 1. So that is my list. That was super long, my goodness, sorry guys. And be sure to let me know your list down below. Yeah, that's done. Now we move on to the overhaul. So this is probably my longest monthly check ever. And then when I say that, it might happen again for Christmas. I don't know. So let's get with new movies that are just in general new in my household. One of them isn't officially mine yet. The others are. So I had the E.T. DVD in my room, but now I have the E.T. Blu-ray in my room, and well, Blu-ray and DVD and digital code, which is very fancy. You see here, so yeah. And E.T.'s one of the greatest movies of all time, and one of the greatest Steven Spielberg movies of all time. It is just really a great movie. Yeah, one of my favorite 100 movies. I think it would be on my top 100 favorite movies of all time. Then we have The Art of Racing in the Rain. Dog movie. I probably know what's gonna happen at the end of the movie anyways. I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I wasn't allowed to go see it, and my parents wanted to go, my mom and my sister wanted to go see it, and they told me basically that was a chick flick. Apparently, they were wrong, because they allowed me to have it. They got it for me, so. George Lucas movie that I've never seen before, Willow, which there's a new Willow TV series coming next month, I think, which, I'm interested by, and maybe I'll get around to watching this eventually, the Willow movie. The Shallows. Shark movie with Blake Lively, which I think she was actually pregnant during this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is about her surviving a shark, which with water that started out shallow and keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the shark keeps on getting closer and closer and closer. And I've only seen it once, and I thought it was good. I think it was definitely better than 47 Meters Down, but and really intense, but it's definitely not the best shark movie of all time. It is really good though. Another movie is Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser and what's her name? Alicia Silverstone. I always forget her name. I only know her as Batgirl. Sorry. And also Greg Heffley's mom from the new Diary of a Wimpy movie, but we don't talk about that. Where I think Brendan Fraser goes back in time to where his father or grandfather's alive during the war or something like that. I don't know what, but yeah, the DVD for that. Then we got one of the classic Christmas movies of all time that I don't officially own yet, but it's out there for the Christmas movies. I don't know if I would have want to own it. So I originally had the DVD for this, now I have the 4K, and it is It's a Wonderful Life. And I'm curious what a gray, black, and white movie would look like in 4K. So, yeah. Now, movies my dad let me have. So what we got here is, we got Geostorm, generic, disaster movie. That's all I have to say about that one. I've only seen that once, and I don't know when I'm ever gonna rewatch it again. Legend of Tarzan. I actually had a lot of fun with this. I actually saw this in theaters when it came out, and it surprised me. I did not expect to have as much fun as I did. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it might be bad. Some people might not like it, but King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Have not seen it, so I cannot comment. Meet the Robinsons? This is one of my favorite Disney movies, I think. It's just really fun how they go into the future, and yeah, I just really like it. Brother Bear movies, love the first one. Also one of my other favorite Disney movies of all time. Sequel is okay. I remember thinking it was good. Not as good as the original though. Then we got a classic among Disney movies, Peter Pan, one of the greatest Disney movies of all time. Though we got the Blu-ray and the DVD for it, so. And then we got the DVD for Peter Pan Return to Neverland, the sequel. which I think I've only seen once when I was very little, or twice. I don't know, but it's been a while since I've seen it. So we got the DVD now. So, Isle of the Dogs. I've had this movie for years, and I've never watched it. So I'll definitely get around to it, or try to. Oh, my forehead's itchy. Sorry. And then another one that I think we've had for a while, it is Gone in 60 Seconds, the Blu-ray, with Nicolas Cage. I think it's basically Fast and the Furious, but stealing cars in 60 seconds. So, yeah. Turner Classic movie, I think, in my opinion. The Outlaw Josie Wells, which it's been a very, very long time since I've seen this. It was I probably got around to watching it when I was very, not very little. I just remember it's been a very long time. And there's some dark moments in that, so. It's a Mad, Mad World. Wait, it's a Mad, 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 Mad World. I know that, Rat Race is a remake of this, but I have not seen this. I've seen Rat Race, but I haven't seen this. So, yeah. Miss Peregrine's from Home for Peculiar Children. I never read the books, but I had a lot of fun with this movie, and it's a good Tim Burton movie. Zootopia, another one of my top 100 favorite Disney movies of all time, if I do say so. Yeah, the Blu-ray and DVD, and yeah. The Great Mouse Detective, not as classic as other Disney animated films, but it definitely has its moments. It's really, it's pretty good. WALL-E, the DVD, this is very old. I've had it for a very long time, so, yeah, see how it's all crumpled up and everything? Yeah. WALL-E, you deserve better, my guy. A superhero movie in the sense, it's not really as, yeah, but we got The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, on Blu-ray. I had the DVD a long time ago, but then it, like, broke or something, so we got the Blu-ray. Then we have Last Ounce of Courage, which I do not know what it is, but I know it has David Hasselhoff in it, right? Right. Yeah, it has David Hasselhoff. I do not know what it is. The Martian. If you want a relaxing movie, I think this can be one. Kind of. I mean, in between when he actually gets stuck there on Mars, that's kind of a relaxing movie. But it was just a fun movie. I bet Matt Damon had a lot of fun with this too. And this might be on my top 100 favorite movies of all time, if I had to pick one. Not favorite movie of all time, but up there. And it was just really, really good. And maybe they can make a sequel to it. I doubt it, though. Then we got the 4K for Interstellar. I never saw Interstellar, so I can't really comment on it. I think Christopher Nolan directed that. I don't know. Then we got Uncharted 2022 movie. I did a movie review a long time ago, so if you want to hear my thoughts on that, I'll listen to that. But for now, I'll just say it might not be accurate to the video games, but it's very fun though. Well, I never played the video games, but apparently so. Green Lantern. I mean, it's okay. I think it's definitely overhated, but yeah, it definitely has some issues. I Am Legend, another one of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. Even though it has, how do I say this without spoiling? Even though it has sad moments, very, very sad moments, I enjoy this movie and rewatch it quite a decent amount of time, like a whole bunch of times during the year. Shazam, one of the best DC EU movies, along with many other ones. Warhorse, I've had this for a couple years now. Haven't got around to watching it yet, so. Footlight Parade. Turner classic movie that I think deserves to be a classic. I don't think much people talk about this. When they had the Great Movie Ride at Disney World, I always was wondering, hey, that movie looks great. We should start getting movies from the Great Movie Ride. So, we got this, and it's a really good movie. It's an entertaining one too. The Wizard of Oz prequel that Disney bought, Oz the Great and Powerful, which I did not know was made by Sam Raimi. I remember rewatching it a lot when I was a little bit younger. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do remember enjoying it a lot. We got now we're talking. The James Cagney Gangster 4 movie collection. I used to think James Cagney. Well, I think he's still probably up there, but James Cagney used to be my favorite actor. It's just the Public Enemy movie, man. It is a great gangster movie. If you haven't seen Public Enemy, be sure to check it out because it's really good. And I remember that another Great Movie Ride 4 movie pack. So, but there's like a movie on there that's not even James Cagney, which is weird. Then we got another one, which is the John Wayne Western 4 movie pack, which out of all of these, I think I've only seen The Searchers. Same goes with Public Enemy on the James Cagney one. Yeah, I haven't got around to watching all the other movies, I don't think, so I gotta get around to watching them. La La Land, a great musical, and it's kind of cute to seeing Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling together. Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman, based during World War II, kind of, it focuses on that sometimes, but I think it might be a little bit too long though. And that was by Baz Luhrmann, who did Elvis. So yeah, fun fact about that. Then we got the Mummy movies. I already have the originals over there. I got the actual ones with Brendan Fraser and all that. The first one. This might be a hot take. I don't know, but it's not gonna be a hot take. You guys probably would understand, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just really love The Mummy. I grew up with that, so. And then I also grew up with Mummy Returns. I remember rewatching the first one and then this one way more. And for some odd what reason, when I was younger, I loved this one the most. I know, I had a very weird taste back then, but I love the first one now more. Then the 2017 reboot. Last time I watched it, I thought it was fine. I understand why people hate it, but I don't despise it like a whole bunch of other people do. It was... I don't know. I don't know what to think of that one. The Prestige, one of Christopher Nolan's greatest. I think it's actually quite underappreciated, where two competing magicians try to see which one's the best, with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. So yeah. Then we got The Legend Lives On, Morbius on Blu-ray. Yeah. I don't hate Morbius as much as other people do. You have to really do something bad to mess me up and not make me like a movie. Bullet. Never heard of it. I just got it because it had Steve McQueen in it. So, and I need more Turner Classic Movies. Superman Returns, the kind of sequel reboot to the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. It's been a very long time since I've watched this. I remember it, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember watching that a lot, though. Spies in Disguise, animated movie that came out like 5 years ago. I don't know, 4 years ago. It came out December 2019. I know that on Christmas Day. It was a lot of fun. I think definitely they should make a sequel to this if they have the ability to. 4 more movies. We got The Amazing Spider-Man, which is underappreciated, by the way. I adore this movie. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I know that might be a hot take, but it's my favorite. I feel like it should have done better with the box office and the critics. Then we got the sequel. I feel like they added way too much stuff, but it was still a lot of fun. And then we got the 2003 Hulk movie, which it might be a little bit dated, but I don't I don't hate it as much as other people do, but which you'll hear me say that a lot about different movies. And then we have one of the greatest movies ever made, The Wizard of Oz, which, Michael, if you have not seen this yet, watch it! Yes, yes, Michael has never seen it before. That's very tragic. So that is my overhaul. And we have one last subject left, and that is the drawings, which I only have one. So I'll show you guys it, and then I will end the video. I'll take you along for the journey with me. Okay. It is right here, and it might be a little bit wonky there, but it is the Angry Birds movie. I decided to draw it, and I think I did a pretty good job on it. So yeah, I hope y'all have enjoyed this long monthly check. I watched a lot of movies this month, and I also got a lot of movies this month. So with that being said, if you guys have enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment your list of movies you've seen down below. And anyways, with that being said, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Why so serious?